break down what we do know so far as the situation on ground is concerned and how the events unfolded. So clearly, first up, it is being said that there was low visibility due to dense fog. That is the situational understanding of what really happened when the plane was wanting to land at Baramati. The pilot that attempted a manual visual landing is what we are told, but there was no ILS landing system at the Baramati airstrip. The aircraft fails to line up with the runway, which is very clear because clearly even in the second attempt, it wasn't close to the runway or on the runway. The landing attempt, the first one was then aborted, a wide turn was made, but we are being told, at least as of now, of course, final official word will come after investigation, that the fog hampered the runway realignment. Even on reapproach, the second landing attempt that was made by the pilot also did not go according to plan. The plane pilot is then said to have made a mayday call. So clearly, something was going very awry even as the pilot was attempting a second landing. What could that have been? Was it visibility issues alone or something else? Remains to be seen, because even if there were visibility issues, the plane could have veered off again and taken a wide turn again. But why was it not able to do so? Was it already too low? Because we are being told that the aircraft lost stability at about 100 feet. The plane then descended short of the runway, and then, of course, as the visuals behind me show, it completely split apart, broke into wreckage on impact as is expected, and was also immediately engulfed in flames. So, Dr. Vanna, I come back to you one more time before I go to our other guests as well. No ILS landing at Baramati Strip. What does that mean? Please elaborate for the benefit of our viewers. And also, if the plane lost stability at about 100 feet, was it too low already for the pilot to make some sort of a wide turn again? Or at this stage, if the mayday call was made, does it indicate something else than visibility issues?
First of all, yes, it could indicate something more than the visibility issues. Let's go with the findings as well as they're coming step by step, like you just said. First thing is that on first approach, the pilot was clear on saying negative, meaning the visibility was not there, right? But the pilot did try with the second approach. This is very clear. And when it tried with the second approach, now just on 100 feet away, it's too low to really veer off or steer off or try to make a third attempt. That was not possible. Plus the mayday call, meaning something went actually wrong inside, which the black box and the voice recorder CVR will reveal. And last but not the least, when you talk about instrument landing system, if it's not there, especially on a tabletop runway, so the pilot cannot be actually guided in a sort of a manual form to make a landing. That could be the difference. But in this case, there was no ILS. But even without ILS, the pilot could have managed. Now, my thoughts are going to why the mayday call was made. Now, obviously, if the pilot could have managed a third attempt or would have taken off because it had enough fuel, the pilot would have done so. But something went wrong inside as well, other than the visibility.
Okay.
Over to you.
Yes, thank you so much for breaking that down. Afsif Bhamla, leader of the BJP, and Lokesh Jindal, political analyst, also continue to be with us. Yes, Lokesh, I'll come to you for your first thoughts on what has transpired.
I would say it's a political earthquake. It's a huge tragedy for Maharashtra. You talk about Ajit Pawar ji, he was a stalwart, a mass leader, a 7 times MLA, a parliamentarian, former minister. He was an institution. You talk about Western Maharashtra, right from the entire belt, even Marathwada. That was an area where Ajit Pawar ji was a political center. He was the one connecting the Zilla Parishads, the local Gram Sabha up till the Legislative Assembly, connecting the sugar cooperatives, the industries. He was the leader of the masses, accessible to all. In fact, this visit was also related to the local elections that were to be due in Baramati region. I would say it's a huge tragedy for entire Maharashtra. It leaves a political vacuum because such a leader of such a stature, such a legacy, such a form of a connect is not there in Maharashtra anymore. And there are lots of regions where there would be a complete chaos in the time to come, because the kind of connect this leader had to the grassroots level is something that is not to be seen with any of other person in the party's line. So it's a big loss for
Yeah.
Maharashtra. It's a big loss, and there is indeed a huge political vacuum in the entire Western Maharashtra region.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Certainly a very old school politician, someone who was very connected to the ground. As you said, one wonders if there are more such leaders on ground who can, really take on the mantle that Ajit Pawar had.